She first came to public attention as Camilla Parker Bowles. When she did, the idea of her marrying the Prince of Wales was unthinkable. She was, after all, the other woman. And yet, in 2005, she became the Duchess of Cornwall, officially a member of the royal family. 17 years later, she became Queen Consort of the United Kingdom, a title bestowed on her with the blessing of Britain's longest ever reigning monarch. Camilla trod an arduous path from the peripheries of the British royal saga to become one of its central characters. To the man who brought her there, she is known as Gladys, whilst Charles is called Fred. The couple met in the early 1970s, but their connection goes back much further than that. The story begins with an upper-class socialite who is both the daughter and the wife of a military officer, but who is better known for her affair with the future king. That woman's name, though, is Alice Keppel. The year is 1898, and she became the favourite mistress of Edward, the then Prince of Wales, who succeeded Queen Victoria to the British throne in 1901. Their relationship lasted until Edward's death in 1910. Edward VII is Charles III's great-great-grandfather. More pertinently, Alice Keppel is Camilla's great-grandmother. The relationship is reported to have been mentioned by Camilla's friend when she introduced her to Charles for the first time in the early 1970s. The Prince of Wales and Miss Shand became close friends and began a romantic relationship, often meeting at polo matches. They adopted unusual nicknames for each other, Fred and Gladys, two characters from the 1960s radio programme The Goon Show, of which Charles was a fan. However, despite Camilla's upper-class surroundings and historic links to the monarchy, the royal family did not approve of her as a future wife for Charles at the time, and the couple soon drifted apart. In 1971, Charles had joined the Royal Navy from the Royal Air Force and went on to serve on board the frigate HMS Minerva, which was posted to the Caribbean in 1973. That same year, Camilla married Major Andrew Parker Bowles of the Household Regiment. The couple settled at Bolehide Manor in Wiltshire and had 2 children together, Tom and Laura. In adulthood, Tom became a food writer and critic, inspired by his mother's own cooking. Through Tom and Laura, Camilla has 5 grandchildren, 3 of whom were pages of honour at Camilla's coronation in 2023. Her granddaughter Eliza was a bridesmaid at the wedding of Prince William and Catherine in 2011. Despite Camilla's marriage to Parker Bowles and Charles's career in the Navy, the two remained friends throughout the 1970s. They grew close to one another again in 1979, following the assassination of Lord Mountbatten by Irish Republican paramilitary force, the Provisional IRA. Mountbatten was Charles's great-uncle, a mentor of the future king who had a strong influence during his upbringing. His death had a profound impact on Charles, and it was at this time he found solace in Camilla. By the following year, the couple had rekindled their romantic relationship. It was also in 1980 that Charles became romantically involved with Lady Diana Spencer. They married the following year and had 2 sons together, Prince William and Prince Harry. But Camilla was not fully out of the picture, and just 5 years into his marriage to Diana, Charles again rekindled his relationship with Camilla, having judged that his marriage was irretrievably broken down. It was not until the early 1990s that Charles and Camilla's affair became public knowledge. Secret recordings of an intimate phone conversation between the two were transcribed and published in the tabloid press in 1993, a scandal dubbed Camillagate or Tampongate. Charles's and Camilla's public images suffered hugely as a result, just as Diana's popularity was rising. Camilla divorced Andrew Parker Bowles in 1995, and Charles divorced Diana the following year. The couple was still attracting negative publicity, but Charles insisted his relationship to Camilla was non-negotiable. Princess Diana was tragically killed in a Paris car crash in 1997, and it was only 2 years after this seismic loss that Charles and Camilla began attending events in public together. This one at the Ritz in London in 1999 was their first, although the year before, at the same venue, they had arrived separately for the marriage of their friends, Simon Sebag Montefiore and Santa Palmer Tompkinson. In 2000, Camilla met Queen Elizabeth II for the first time since her relationship to Prince Charles was made public. The meeting was seen as the Queen's seal of approval, particularly as, in her role as Supreme Governor of the Church of England, her son and heir to the throne was in a relationship with a divorcee. The Queen invited Camilla to her Golden Jubilee celebrations in 2002. The following year, Charles and Camilla moved into Clarence House, the former home of his grandmother, the Queen Mother. In February 2005, it was announced that Charles and Camilla were engaged and would marry in April. It was news that would have seemed unthinkable just a few years before, and yet, by the time of their engagement, public opinion had largely swung in favour of Charles and Camilla marrying.
I think it's wonderful. It's time he had some happiness, both of them.
I think good on him. I think it's about time they made a commitment.
Well, you know, he's loved her for a long time. They've been together for a long time. Why shouldn't he marry her?
Why keep it under the carpet? The guy loves her, then go for it.
Well, of course, it's absolutely wonderful news, and all of us, the whole family, are delighted. I don't think one wants to say much more than that, but I'm very happy to reiterate this.
Questions from the press about the upcoming wedding clearly irritated Charles at this photo call on a skiing holiday in Switzerland.
Very happy, very pleased. Be a good day.
Prince Charles, how are you feeling?
Well, it's a very nice thought, isn't it? I'm very glad you've heard of it anyway. Bloody people. They can't bear that. He's so brilliant.
Despite both being divorcees, their wedding was approved by the Queen, the British government, and the Church of England.
Mum, are you pleased at today's announcement about Charles and Camilla?
However, the marriage did not meet with universal royal approval. In his 2023 memoir, Spare, Prince Harry wrote that he and brother William begged their father not to marry Camilla, the Duke of Sussex going so far as to label Camilla and her relationship with the press as dangerous. Although intended to take place on the 8th of April, the wedding was postponed until the following day so that Prince Charles could attend the funeral of Pope John Paul II. Charles and Camilla were wed in a civil ceremony at the Windsor Guildhall. Queen Elizabeth, perhaps feeling conflicted by her role at the head of the Church of England, did not attend this part of the service, although she did attend a service of blessing in nearby St George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Despite now being officially a member of the royal family, Camilla announced that she did not wish to be called princess, nor queen when Charles acceded to the throne. She instead took the title of Duchess of Cornwall, and following a honeymoon on the Balmoral estate in Scotland, the couple began their first public engagements as Duke and Duchess.
Nothing could give us greater pleasure than in tandem to unveil this pack. Very, very fetching English tarts. The care of the Sir John English Sisters.
Camilla's first solo engagement was in May 2005 on England's south coast, visiting the osteoporosis unit at Southampton General Hospital. Her mother Rosalind suffered from the disease for many years, and since her death in 1994, Camilla has campaigned to raise awareness of the condition.
There we go. I've got it wrong. It's a very splendid looking cake. It's baked by anybody here.
Sadly not. I think it's procured by somebody here.
It's obviously got something delicious inside it. But before I go, can I say thank you to all of you for doing so much for Osteoporosis Society. As I say, I have been here for a very long time too. I think when I first met Linda Edwards, I think there were 2 people working in the office. It was absolutely tiny, and we did think to ourselves, what are we going to do to try and make it bigger and better, and will it ever happen? And I now look and see what's happening now, and I had to pinch myself to believe it.
There are many causes close to the Queen's heart, including animal welfare, the prevention of violence against women and girls, literacy, and environmental conservation, in addition to the many patronages she holds.
Here's my son.
More the better for seeing you. This is my latest addition. This is sausage.
This is sausage.
Sausage came from Romania.
Oh,
She's got a Polish chip.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't
And
speak
she's,
the language.
To be honest, a nightmare.
Oh, you're well behaved, sausage.
She's okay. She's an escape artist.
Oh, is she?
So we've had to literally fence off an entire field for her so she can go running round. But she gets on with the other dogs. She's has all my shoes. She's has her way through an armchair.
I think these people know.
We are. Now, I've got a lot of things to tell you about these poor dogs.
The figures are shocking. Globally, nearly 1 in 3 women have been abused in their lifetime. In times of crisis, the numbers rise, as they have dramatically during the COVID pandemic. That we can have hope as we head towards our goal of ending violence against women and girls. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for the wonderful job you've done throughout lockdown, and especially, two causes that are very close to my heart: domestic abuse, opening these safe rooms.
It's a pebble sinking softly in a gently flowing brook. But it's never, no it's never, no it's never just a book. It's the topping on your 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Queen Consort. Happy birthday to you.
Hello, you're going short. I think he's saying that he'd like to be outside. He would like to be in the car. As you have to the lovely Cornish tartan.
Thank you, everybody involved, the children, the older people, and Elizabeth, who's put all this together. It's an incredible, as she said, it's the simplest ideas, and it's usually the simple things that really work.
This is the creator. Sir. 35 years ago, when I fell in love with an elephant, I still own a called Tara. She was actually the founder of Elephant Family, so I've got an elephant who actually is their founder. She basically taught me the way and showed me when I rode her across India that the Asian elephant was actually much more endangered. I'm not knocking African elephants at all, believe me, because we're all working together now.
Camilla's first overseas tour as the Duchess of Cornwall was to the United States, meeting then President and First Lady George W. and Laura Bush, and visiting the city of New Orleans, devastated 3 months earlier by Hurricane Katrina. As Duchess and as Queen, she has joined Charles on foreign trips to countries on every continent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's great.
Back in the UK, Camilla has been present alongside Charles at special royal occasions, including the state opening of Parliament, Trooping the Colour, weddings and funerals.
My lords, pray be seated.
They have also come alongside people in the aftermath of upheaval and in commemoration of tragedy. The Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall visited Tottenham in August 2011 after the London riots and returned 6 months later to see how the community was faring.
Could you hold out Tottenham back for us, please? That's lovely. Thank you. That's lovely. That's lovely.
In September the same year, they attended a 10th anniversary memorial service for the victims of September the 11th in New York.
Thank you.
Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Charles and Camilla made private donations to help refugees fleeing the country. She developed close relationships with First Lady of Ukraine Olena Zelenska and also Inna Prystaiko, the wife of Ukraine's then ambassador to the UK, Vadim Prystaiko. Queen Elizabeth II appointed Camilla a member of the British Privy Council in 2016 and a Royal Lady of the Garter in 2022, the most senior knighthood in the British Orders of Chivalry. On the 70th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's accession to the throne, she made clear her sincere wish that Camilla be known as Queen Consort when Charles became king. This became a reality just 7 months later, as the life of the UK's sovereign of 7 decades came to an end. The Prince and Duchess were now King and Queen, fulfilling the constitutional conventions that come with the passing of one monarch and the beginning of the successor's reign.
I would ask you to join me in 2 minutes silence, and please stand as you are able.
In May 2023, Camilla was crowned Queen alongside King Charles at Westminster Abbey. It was the first coronation of the 21st century and the 40th at the Abbey since William the Conqueror was crowned king on Christmas Day in 1066.
Three cheers for His Majesty, the King, and Her Majesty, the Queen! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
Queen of the United Kingdom, King Charles's second wife, and successor to the longest-serving royal consort in history, Camilla has always been in the shadow, always in the spotlight. For many years, Camilla was the other woman who slowly and quietly gained royal and public acceptance. Her 17 years as Duchess of Cornwall were defined by loyal public service, which have continued into her queendom. Upper class, yet down to earth, Camilla's warmth and authenticity won over not just Queen Elizabeth II, but also the nation.